Today, we're going to talk about Elon Musk. Yeah, that dude that everybody likes so much. Okay, some people don't like him, but I like him. And I like him for very good reasons. This is how I imagine the scenario in my head, right? Elon Musk is creating electric cars and he is likely going to disrupt the energy business, which is a good thing. And I'm going to explain why it's a good thing. And I'm not sure even he understands the role he's going to play in the future. We've developed these cars for however long years, and for the most part, they've remained the same, burning fuel and so forth. It's debatable, the whole climate crisis. If you take carbon out of the earth and you burn it continuously, non-stop, that is not an experiment you want to see to the end. So the point being, if we could reduce the amount of carbon, fossil fuels burning and so forth, then you'll eliminate one thing out the equation of possible causes of, like, say, climate change or so forth. Plus, I think he believes the energy companies, car companies are sandbagging development all the way into the future. The best development with these cars is in the last whatever years is 4-wheel disc on all models. Like, what major advance has happened other than styling and horsepower? There hasn't been any. And so I believe he believes they're sandbagging. We live in a for-profit economy. It means if I develop something and the people like it, then I get to sell it to them for profit. And the more successful I am at selling this product, the more money I make. But remember, there's only 7 billion people on the planet. My product can be sold to a fraction of those people. My growth is gonna skyrocket like in the beginning because everybody loves it. Everybody loves fidget spinners. It's the new rage. And it goes, whoo! What happens when I get to the point where I have sold everyone that I could possibly sell a fidget spinner, what they would call the addressable market? Then my sales is gonna plummet. So it's my job to innovate the fidget spinner. So now my fidget spinner is gold. My fidget spinner plays music. My fidget spinner lights up. My fidget spinner. I create these little things so that the person who currently has the boring fidget spinner says, boy, I like the gold one, or I like the one with the music, and so they go and they buy it. But then I also end up reaching the limits of how much they're willing to spend on a fidget spinner. Now imagine this happens with everything in life. It happens with cars, it happens with phones. Initially, the phone was expensive, and as technology advances, it became cheaper to manufacture. It is supposed to come down in price to the point of being a utility. But if you're a company like Apple, Samsung, or all these other phone manufacturers, when your product becomes a utility, it becomes a utensil like a fork. Phones are supposed to be like that. And for some phones they are. Because you go to a carrier in the United States, they'll give you a phone. That's the utilitarian part of the equation. But the companies like Apple, Samsung don't like that. And so they develop what they call ecosystems. Basically, they're grouping people together and fence them around and say, don't talk to the other people. Not really, but that's basically what it is. Or if you communicate with other people, your experience is not going to be as pleasant as speaking to the people who are we've pulled together. And so that's what they've created, they call ecosystem. And the whole point of that ecosystem is to turn the phone from being a utility into something else. And so to continually make profit, they have to nickel and dime you to death. They add cameras to it, and then they market to you to convince you that you need it. You need a camera on your phone. You just don't need 3 Or put it this way, there is a small subset of the market that needs 3 cameras on their phones. But it is a fraction of all the people who they sold phones to. You are required to upgrade. All of a sudden your battery is not good enough. We're in this predicament where we want good products, but companies need to make a profit. And that when you've reached your addressable market, you have to come up with ways to convince people to keep buying your product. And the many tools in that shed is make it obsolete. Maybe there's a software update that you can't get because your phone is outdated. Make it hard to repair. The more difficult the phone is to repair is the more likely you're going to buy a new one and keep that process going. That's what car companies do. Repair costs and parts for cars are very expensive. The point of it is for those people who can afford to buy a new car. They want you to buy the new car. They don't want you to fix the old one. So as long as the money to fix the old one seems unreasonable, might as well you get the new one with the warranty. And so that's how the cookie crumbles. Elon Musk is trying to, for that particular industry, the car industry is trying to fix that equation where cars become a utility. And if you think his objective is to sell you a car so he could sell you some warranty, you have another thing coming. I suspect his main goal is to make these cars driverless and you subscribe to a service to drive you around. That is what I suspect is the end goal. In that scenario, it doesn't matter how much it is to repair a Tesla. You won't care. Why? Because you are getting transportation where you need to go. And this is the reasons why I like Elon Musk, because he's tackling a very, very big problem. And he's going to piss off a lot of people.